Well, an early good evening to you on what has been the hottest day of 2025 so far for Portland, for Salem, and for the most part, the entire Willamette Valley up into Southwest Washington. We did, in fact, have high temperatures today, which we said was possible and models showed were possible or was possible. McMinnville has hit at least 100. Corvallis has hit at least 100. The Dow's at least 101. Salem at least 100 degrees. And it looks like now the final climate report could be adjusted by 1 degree, but so far, and I'll show you the report, PDX has made it to 99 degrees. Before today, the hottest temperature was 97. The record today, you may recall, for Portland, 107 back in the heat wave of 1981, which still owns quite a few records that summer of 1981. The record on Monday is up above 100 degrees again. Temperatures on tomorrow, Monday, expected to be pretty similar. The National Weather Service, in fact, has their extreme heat warning up for the valley and parts of Clark County and out into Hood River for tomorrow, Monday, and also into Tuesday. But certainly Tuesday, confidence is high that we're going to be in the 90s, but not as hot. So maybe instead of being 198, we'll be 95, that type of thing. And then the significant cool down arrives on Wednesday. So no big changes to the forecast here. The hot ridge, there it is, parked offshore today, is going to back off a little bit tomorrow, but we don't really notice much cooling at all, as I mentioned, until Wednesday. High temperatures today in the valley have been so far reported as 97 to 101 degrees. All of this brought to you by the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. Last Thursday or Friday it was, they dropped some new podcasts. These are investment topics meant to educate you. Again, Momentous Wealth Podcast. Check them out. They sponsor my YouTube channel. Okay. Well, the big story continues to be the hot weather. Tomorrow is going to be within a degree or two of today, either cooler, the same, or hotter. It's going to be basically the same. So the Weather Service, again, they remind you, stay hydrated on these hot days, take frequent breaks from the heat. Don't leave people or animals in vehicles. That's a biggie. Check on those vulnerable to heat, maybe some friends that don't have AC. Have to wear a life jacket when you're swimming in our waterways, lakes, and rivers. And again, here's the extreme heat warning. Clark County down through Eugene and Forest Grove, out into Hood River, and also Central Oregon tomorrow, including Bend and Madras. The orange areas, Kelso, Longview, and the Coast Range, heat advisories. But again, everything is going to be pretty much exactly what we saw today. So some more, I don't overly get into these, but they're good to know. I think most of us have heard these a gazillion times. So again, when it's hot, stay hydrated. Water is best. Different people handle heat better. Some handle it worse. In part, it depends on where you grew up. I grew up in Missouri, where the headline today would have been, "Hey, it's going to be near 100, but it won't be humid." So go out and go nuts. And in fact, our heat index ran 1 to 2 degrees cooler today at any given point than what the temperature was. The relative humidity in the heat of the afternoon, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, well, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, if you're wondering, ran at 25, 26%. And that produced a heat index that was actually a degree or two cooler than the actual air temperature. But anyway, stay hydrated. Water's best. Have access to AC. That's an easy way to do it. And you know your body, and certainly if you're out and about and things aren't going well, you need to hydrate, you need to get some shade, you need to take a break. Don't leave kids or pets anywhere else in cars, windows, even if the windows are cracked. That doesn't matter on these hot days. Make sure the pets have, water, cool water, and access to a cool place. And if you're traveling, it's always a good idea to pack some extra water in case you have some sort of a situation develop. Okay, well, everybody had sunshine today. Remember, today I said was my highest confidence call of the coast being 80 degrees or better. And we did have a fistful of spots report 80, 83, 84 along the coast, including up around Astoria, Seaside, and Cannon Beach. There's Tillamook Head from the camera at Garrett by the Sea Resort. Everybody's sunny as we just scroll down through the cameras. Not much to see. It'll be sunny inland tomorrow. There is some question. I'm looking at my notes as to whether the coast will eventually develop some fog banks or cool off. The wind flow, which was north northeast at the coast today, goes north to eventually increasingly northwest tomorrow, which would bring tremendous cooling by as much as 20 degrees. Areas that would hit 80 today could struggle to be 65 tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if there are any fog banks developing. So, again, today was the guaranteed warm 80-degree day at the coast, and that's exactly what we had. Okay. Portland's climate report. I'd hoped to show you the 5 o'clock report of all of the state of Oregon. That 5 o'clock report that came out for temperatures from the Weather Service wasn't correct. For whatever reason, I think it was pulling off of an old climate report, maybe yesterday's. But we do know at 2:36 this afternoon, Portland hit 99. So we'll see if that stands. The final climate report for the day comes out at 7:30. We'll see if that one shows 99 or 100. There you can see the winds northwest 16, gust to 23. So even with that northwest wind, we were near 100 today. Signs of how strong that high was offshore with compressive heating. Normal 83 and 60. Records for tomorrow 102 back in 1977 and also 2021. That's at least in play. We're going to be upper 90s to maybe 100 again tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that 102-degree temperature record. Here's what the National Blended Model shows. And keep in mind, if you go back Saturday and today, this exact weather model has been about 2 degrees too cool. Doesn't mean it's going to be 2 degrees too cool tomorrow, but as forecasters, you take note of that. So the guidance tomorrow is still going 98, 99, with some spots probably hitting 100 degrees in the valley. There's a 100-degree temperature down south of Lane County, 105 in Medford. You've got 90s up through Olympia and Tacoma and Seattle. You've got 100 plus out in the Columbia Basin. So that's tomorrow. Then remember, oh, hold on. Pardon me. I didn't realize I toggled it. This is Monday. Let me back up. Still, this shows like 90 in Olympia, 88 or so up in Tacoma, mid to upper 80s in Seattle, 97, 99, 100 in the Willamette Valley. That makes more sense. 102 down in Eugene, 108 in Medford, 100 in the Columbia Basin. The coast could still be warm. This shows 78 in Tillamook, 76 in Astoria. Certainly no later than Tuesday. The coast will definitely be cooler. And then what I started off, here's that Tuesday. And notice this model goes just about as warm on Tuesday. So we'll see. Um, Certainly the excessive heat warnings, heat advisories are in play through the day Tuesday. Here's Wednesday. Now we're cooling off. There are the 80s in the Willamette Valley, 70s up around Seattle, 60s to about 70 at the coast, and then 90s out in the Columbia Basin. And then the temperature forecast just continues to hold and even cool. Here's Friday, 70s in the Willamette Valley, 81 down in Eugene, 60s at the coast, mid 80s out in the Columbia Basin. We do have rain chances to get to, and I'm going to show you those right now. So we're all sunny inland and hot in the 90s through Tuesday with the excessive heat warning in play. Now, here's Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that we actually get a little push of cool weather dropping in from the north. This shows there could be some traceable amounts of rain north coast up around Astoria, the Washington coast, north central, the North Cascades, basically up in Washington. But most of us on Wednesday will be dry. We'll see partly cloudy skies and still being hot will be in the low 80s in Portland, maybe even closer to 80. So and this may show it on your phone, that some of your phones may be showing there's a chance of rain on Thursday into Friday. Okay. The deal with Thursday into Friday, and this could change, but right now it's like a zonal flow. There's moisture coming in, but the pressure heights are high enough that if nothing changed, I think the chance of rain would be up in Washington State or north of Vancouver, but we would stay dry here in Portland and south. But if the pressure heights lower a little bit, then we could get rain, which is what this is showing here on the national blend on the GFS American model. It's showing some rain coming in, 14/100 of an inch on Friday, quarter of an inch to 4/10 on the north coast. There's a quarter of an inch of rain up around Seattle. There's actually a front that comes in Saturday. So I think the best chance of measurable rainfall for Portland right now, and this could change, but right now is Friday overnight into the day Saturday. So here's what this shows. 4/10 of an inch of rain up in Kelso Longview, a half of an inch plus up in Astoria, a quarter to 33/100 of an inch on Portland, half of an inch of rain up around Seattle, maybe traceable amounts of rain down toward the South Oregon coast, a chance of showers east of the Cascades, but not much. Again and again, even with this front coming in on Saturday, the heaviest rain is up in Washington, lesser amounts in Oregon. So we'll keep an eye on all of that. And with that said, let's go ahead and go around the horn. These were 5 o'clock temperatures: 97 in Portland, 100 in Salem, 100 in the Dalles, 106 down in Medford. Wow. So it's starting Medford. Just as hot on Monday, 107. Not much change on Tuesday, 105. And even down in Southern Oregon, 98 on Wednesday. And then it's Thursday and a Friday, you get more significant cooling. You get closer to 98 degrees. Okay. Out in Pendleton, I'm going to have my coder. One of you sent me a message. I appreciate that. I'm going to see if my coder can somehow hack into this and change that spelling on Pendleton, which is obviously wrong. Okay, this auto feed from Noah, 99, 99, little change Monday, Tuesday. Take the edge of the heat off Wednesday, down to the mid 80s Thursday, 83 on Friday. All dry. Okay. All right. Up in Seattle, 88 at 5 o'clock hour today. 84 tomorrow, 89 Tuesday. That's interesting. 76 Wednesday, 73 Thursday. Chance of showers Friday, Saturday into Sunday. Okay. So we definitely have some cooling coming. Here's Bend. Near 100 tomorrow on Tuesday, 92 Wednesday, 85 Thursday, 83 Friday. Okay. All right. Salem. Wow. Back up to 100 or so on Monday. Close to it on Tuesday. Tuesday keeps looking hotter and hotter. Every run has bumped Tuesday closer to what we had today. So we'll see. Wednesday, a wave of a cool down. 85, 81 Thursday. Chance of showers gets increases Friday night and Saturday, which is what we talked about for Portland. All right. Astoria, what we got? Back up to, well, they're going all sun, and then 74 Tuesday, and you get clouds on Wednesday and in the 60s. So we'll see. Chance of rain Friday and Saturday into Sunday. Okay. All right. North Bend, chance of rain Friday, Saturday. Temperatures about 70 the next couple of days. And here's my Portland 7-day forecast. So right where we were today, I've got us at 99. Could we hit 100 tomorrow? Absolutely. I've got us at 95 Tuesday. Could it be 97, 98 Tuesday? Yeah. Wednesday, certainly cooler, 82. Thursday, certainly cooler, 75. Friday, 75. Again, depends on the pressure heights as to whether we have rain here in Oregon on Thursday, Friday, or if the rain stays up in Washington. Higher confidence of rain Friday overnight and Saturday. Saturday only 73, and then dry and only in the 70s Sunday. So certainly some pleasant weather coming once we get past Tuesday. All right, I'm Rod Hill. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Helps me out. You'll be notified when I post, and I will talk to you soon.